Welcome back to the channel. This is No Dust here, and today we are going to do something a little bit different. We are going to do what I like to call ladder concepts. So today I am commemorating the death of Patron Warrior with a deck that I like to call Party at Anduin's. Basically, it's taking the concepts that Patron Warrior had with Warsong Commander and transferring them over to Priest. Because, you know, priests are good at buffing things and keeping things alive, and if your patrons stay alive, you can trade, or you can potentially have unlimited value, can't you? Anyway, let's get to building the deck. So, as I said, Priest is very good at making minions, or improving their health. So, let's put in the cards that help us improve minions' health. Give health, Peter Powered Shield, Cultist, Enforcer, Valens, and then we want obviously the patrons. 2 patrons. Now, what else is good with patrons? I think, you know, patrons are strong if you can buff them, and they're hard to kill. So basically, they become infinite patron generating vehicles. Other things that are good with Patron, things that deal damage to all. So we are going to find a bomber, a ghoul, a pyromancer, and the big bomber brother. Sheep, I would put sheep if I was playing a mage deck, but Priest has no reliable way of proccing the sheep death rattle, so I'm going to leave that out for now. Okay, what else might be good with what we have so far? Well, we have Wild Pyromancer, which is great with cheap priest spells such as Circle, Holy Smite, Light of the Naru. We already have Power Word, and then, you know, we're just going to fill out the deck with a couple of other synergies that sort of extend across the cards. Circle is great with Soul Priest. And let's see, we've got 4 more slots. What else might we want in a Patron Warrior deck? What else might we want? If we look at our curve, we could do with a couple of more. I think that actually, no, we need a little bit of card draw, because like every good Patron deck needs its share of card draw. And because we have Circle and we have Pyro, we get to do some really cool things with Noxshite Cleric, and also some potentially cool things with, should I put Gnomish Inventor? Or maybe Acolyte, because I have so many things that deal random damage. Let's try one of each. And take this deck onto the ladder, untested, and see how it goes. Okay, let's hop into our first game. Queue up. Okay.
Anduin versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
So as you can see, these games aren't happening on the traditional No Dust, No Worries account. This is my long-time Hearthstone account, the one with all the cards, the one with all the adventures. And okay, I gotta think. Do I need Holy Smite? Do I need to deal 2 damage to something? Is he gonna play something that I can foresee needing it for Sorcerer's Apprentice? But it's not going to be helpful against Manawar immediately. I think I'll throw it back and see what we can find. So yeah, going back to what I was saying, the ladder concepts videos I will be doing on my old account, the one that isn't so concerned with climbing the ladder with just basic, you know, well, the account that's not restricted to classic, common, and rare cards. Now, do I put the ghoul out? Or do I play the Pyromancer? The Pyromancer immediately challenges the mana worm, but very often the mage has something to answer with. I think I play the ghoul because I can follow up next turn with an acolyte if the ghoul stays alive, and that's a pretty big if because I'm assuming we're facing a tempo mage. Tempo mages tend to have a lot of, well, early game removal, such as okay, it's not tempo. This is a Mech Mage. All right, we might have a little slightly better time because I expect there to be quite a few small minions that are really annoying and kind of peck at the opposition. Also, Mech Mage very likely to have Flame Wakers with spare parts or just cheap spells. So if we ever manage to set up our Patron Dream, we can. I can predict that we can get quite a lot of work done. Okay, so we are getting 2 draws out of our acolyte and potentially a mana worm, which is great, setting us up for a turn 5 bomber. But for now, I can Pyro Smite to clear everything except the spider tank, and I think I will do that since he's dumped most of his hand thanks to the Mech Whisper. So, and I think with Priest, very much like Warrior, who can just armor up if there isn't anything great to do, you can take it slow in most matchups, especially aggro matchups. So that's my approach to how I'm going to play this deck. Alright, Mr. Bomber, do your work. One more, please. Oh, great work. And that's one of the things I love about the Bomber cards. Bomber Senior, actually, he isn't great value if you think about it, because he's a 5. Like, a 5/4 is actually a 4 mana worth of stats. But because he throws 6 random bombs, he can actually get quite a lot of work done, if you're lucky. Okay. Now, I think I will develop my Temple Enforcer. And, like, you know, sometimes you don't... I predict sometimes I won't even need to play the patrons to win the game. Because, see, for example, here, our Mech Mage friend has to really play quite wastefully with his resources. Okay, so let's drop the Orkanai, see what we find with the PWS. And now we have board control and a lot of cards. So it looks like our first game is getting off to a pretty good start, aside from my health total, which is slightly worrying, a little bit worrying. You're gonna, okay, no double flame cannon, that's fine. A little bit worrying, but you know, we should be fine. He's already spent a fireball, and he has very few cards left in hand. Okay, I think if I play Valence, I will have 5 mana. I'll be floating 5 mana, so let's draw a card. Double circle, really, not really what I want to see, but you know, at least I get them out of the way, and next turn I have a chance at drawing something more useful. And we have quite a dominant presence. Pretty weak to Flame Strike, but I get the feeling that a deck as quick as what we're facing right now won't be running Flame Strike. Okay. Okay. Do I circle here? I don't think I circle here. I think that we use Temple Enforcer. Take out the Blast Range. Okay, well, unfortunately we didn't get to show off some sick patron combos because we just sort of survived the earlier game aggression in that game. That's fine, let's try again in the next game. Let's queue up and see how we go. Okay, Mr. Uther. And another reason why I thought of this idea, and I'm quite attached to this idea. 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I want 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, why the hell not? I'm quite attached to this idea is because patrons are enabled by AoE damage, and aggressive decks have a lot of small mini creatures that you are annoying to deal with, such as, you know, when a paladin musters, or when a hunter plays a charge minion with 1 health. So cards like Unstable Ghoul, even though they might seem to be not great, can do a ton of work against aggressive decks and single-handedly win you the game. You might not even need the patron. Okay, let's do this to develop our cultist. Yeah, so I have a pretty good feeling about this deck. I'm interested in seeing it out in the long run, seeing how it might work. Okay. Now, what's the best way of dealing with a Shredder? If I Valence, I can coin heal. Okay, that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. So we will clear Mr. Shredder and Mr. Shredder's friend. So I want to be greedy and develop a Pyro and heal. It'll set me up for a really strong board. Okay, let's do it. Pyro Circle. We'll set up a really strong board. I can't really think of anything the Pally can do now. It's not even turn 6. He can't really play Dr. 6. So yeah, we're in a pretty good spot. I might even feel comfortable enough to just throw down Patron next turn and sort of have it as like a taunt minion without taunt, but something that has to be killed. And again, aggressive classes don't tend to have ways to deal with a load of patrons. They tend to have, say Paladin has Consecration, which only deals 2, so it only makes more patrons for you. Ooh, I am feeling a Noble Sacrifice, which will allow me to make more patrons if it's a Noble Sacrifice. Yep, there we go. So now I have set up part of my win. It was a bit wasteful, to be honest. I probably should have just waited, but it feels great to have patrons and surprise people with patrons. Honestly, it's a great feeling. Oh man. Okay, well that's okay. They had their moment. Okay. Light. I can Orkanai heal, or Orkanai light, or Bomber light. No, but I can't Bomber light. I think I'll just Orkanai heal.
Embrace the void.
Okay.
Who am I?
Here comes Dr. 6. It shouldn't be a problem to deal with it actually, because what? What? Okay, now I'm confused. You only have what? Okay. Is there a Noble Sacrifice? Given that he's, I think I might have to risk there not being one. I think I might have to risk there not being one. I think I'll just hold on to my guns. Yeah, and not attack this turn. One of the best ways to play around Dr. 6 is just to not attack until you're ready. Obviously sometimes you don't have a choice, you're gonna die, but most of the time there's, you know, it's gonna pull out an Avenge, it's gonna pull out a Redemption. Attacking into it usually increases the power of the Paladin's board by at least, you know, maybe I'd say it gives them like a 4/4. generally they get a 4/4 worth of stats if they get the Doctor 6. Okay. Okay. We're in a little bit of trouble here, aren't we? I can deal 4. I can deal 2 plus 3. I can deal 5 damage. I can deal 5 damage. I think that I test for the get down.
Get down!
There's the Avenge. That is a big challenger. I think this deck needs a I think this deck needs a BGH or a Shadow Word Death. I think BGH. So after this game, I will note down that we need a big game hunter to take care of pesky, mysterious challenges that get buffed past 6/6. Yeah. What would be my ideal answer to a Doctor 6? Probably something along the lines of Circle with Orkanai, and it's a little bit fiddly. I think it takes too many pieces. So I think this deck could probably benefit from having a big game, and possibly even having a big game and a Shadow Word Death. But we will consider that question once we finish this. And now the game's not quite over, because I can clear a fair amount of things.
In the light's name.
Second Avenge. Oh man, okay. And I think we have to draw. Okay, that's not too bad. We have a circle. We have a circle now to do some hard clearing. I think I will heal our Light Warden. Do I heal myself or do I heal a Light Warden? He's got a true silver. I think I have to heal myself actually. There's 18 damage, there's 22 damage looking at me. No, I think the game's over. Oh. Maybe our opponent is so impressed by his challenger that he's going to forget to count lethal. Unlikely, yeah. Okay, GG.
You have best.
Alright, so let's head into our collection and have a look at whether we can put in a BGH and possibly slide in a Shadow Word Death. Okay, Party of Anduins. I think that I might lose the Temple Enforcers because you can't play both the Enforcer and the Patron in the same turn. I mean, the best combo that I can think of is on turn 10 you play a Patron and you play a Bomber, and the Bomber makes 5 or 6 Patrons. And the thing that you might not know about the interaction between Bombers and Patrons is, if the first bomb makes a Patron, the second bomb can actually hit the new Patron, and then the third bomb can hit the Patron made by the new Patron. So it's actually a really powerful combo. Even just Patron into Mad Bomber can make you a ton of guys. Okay, so let's put a big game. Now, do I want a death? Do I want a death? Is it too much to put in a Shadow Word Death? Or perhaps I can go for a Shadow Madness. Let's go with our original plan of having a death and a big game, and get back onto the ladder and see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to continue this series in my next video. So thanks everyone for watching, and we will be back shortly with some more Party at Anduin's. So again guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.